that'll come to John, that'll go to John 3:16, and it's talking about the whole world, because they don't understand the scriptures. Go ahead.
And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. And all went to be taxed, every one into his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary his espoused wife, being great with child.
Yep, that's right. But now Joseph, he was with that because it was explained to him, oh, that was the child of the Holy Spirit. I know you didn't touch her. You know, you walk around, act like, you know, that's your child, your offspring. But you know it was the Lord that put the seed in there. Ain't no man going to believe that, man. Let your wife come home pregnant, all right, and the baby come out looking nothing like you, and you do a DNA test, and it says you're not the father, and then she tells you, and you go to beat her down, you go to leave her or whatever, and she tells you, no, I'm great with child of the Holy Spirit. And you going to believe that bullshit? That's why you, 2/3 you bonehead, coon-headed niggas, you're going to have to go, man. There's no hope for you. All right? Go ahead. And the scriptures also say, study to show thyself approved, man. A workman needeth not to be ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth. So these guys that follow Comfy, that's exactly what they do. They just follow him. Whatever he does, like zombified coons. They just follow him, man. Certain of them is breaking off, but then they're going right back into the world, man. Like this one guy that broke off, he made about 4 videos, and he ain't doing, I'm pretty sure he closed his account. He ain't making no more videos, because he's free now. He went back to being, basically he's a nigga. He's a nigga. He ain't pursuing Israel. He ain't dealing with the scriptures. He don't believe the scriptures no more. He's just a regular nigga. He's free to get hit by one of them missiles. Go ahead.
Excuse me. Second, to obtain a census and an accounting of the people and property of Judea for the purpose of taxation.
Now, then we just read in Luke the 2nd chapter, the census was for to tax the people. That's why you have a census in this system, to tax people. To know, to get an idea of how much money you should be getting from the masses. Go ahead.
It says, beginning in the 6 or 7 A.D., the Roman government levied a poll tax on every individual, including women, slaves, and servants. But they exempted males under 14 and females under 12 years of age, and the very old. In addition, the people had to pay taxes on their livestock and on their produce of land. Furthermore, if a producer wanted to export his goods to another district or country, he had to pay a toll tax at certain locations.
So when you go on the highway, you gotta pay a toll, right? That's nothing but that's telling you right there that that's nothing but a tax. So everything that they got, what does it say? They exercise the power of the first beast. Go ahead.
This system of imposing taxation on the masses incited the tempers of all social groups.
Now you're being taxed to a certain, a certain level, but now they're taxing you, retax you, and everywhere you go, you're gonna pay a damn tax, man. This guy, governor of New York, Morocco Mo, I call him, Patterson, he gonna issue a soda tax, where it's gonna cost you, if you buy like a 2-liter bottle of Coke, it might cost you another 50 cent tax over that tax. Then they have hidden taxes. You have what's called excise taxes, where they don't give, like when you go to a gas station, they don't tell you, they say all taxes included, but they don't itemize those taxes. Because if they itemize those taxes, you might say, well, wait a minute, the gas is $2.99 a gallon, but the tax is $1.25. Man, most of this gas I'm paying in the form of taxes. So they do that so people won't revolt. And people are beginning to wake up. Go ahead.
This system of imposing taxation on the masses incited the tempers of all social groups.
And it's going to happen over here. They're going to tax you for every little thing that you do. You're going to get taxed on, man. If you scratch your ass and they see you, they're going to tax you on scratching your ass. Oh, that's a $3 tax for every time you scratch your damn ass. Go ahead.
The Judeans felt that the Romans' intervention in their political matters was bad enough, but now they encroached into their private lives as well, taking head counts and taxing members of the
Like your cell phone. When you get a plan, you might pay, let's say, $50. With the tax added to that, that's like another 20 goddamn dollars, man. You know, a $50 or $49 a phone plan, by the time, like I said, when the bill comes with all those fees and those taxes, you're paying like 70, 75 goddamn dollars. You're paying about another 20, $25 in taxes, man. But you know what? You people ain't bucking up against it. You know why? Because they found out to put fluoride in your drinking water, to spray them damn chemtrails over your head to keep your ass docile. Go ahead.
Taking head counts and taxing members of the families. Eventually, the key issue before the Sanhedrin Supreme Court was the census of taxation.
Oh, you have the estate tax. Let's say you have a father that has an estate that's worth $100 million. Guess what? When he drops dead, they're going to reinstitute it. When he drops dead, the government's going to get $50 million. $50 million, boom, that goes right to the government. But you stupid bird brains are going to fight for this man talking about we got to save America. America's taxing the fuck out you, man. An inheritance, man. Right, that estate tax is an inheritance tax. Before you get that inheritance from your daddy that's getting ready to die, the government gonna get the biggest share. The government gonna get 50% of that thing, or 50 plus percent. Go ahead.
Eventually, the key.
But you people, just like the guy on what's that movie? The documentary Panama Deception.
I don't know
that
how,
older
Latin
dude. He said, "I don't know how you can be so stupid. How can you be so stupid?"
Like, for example, at one
Go ahead.
time,
Eventually,
they
the
had
key
Noriega
issue before the
at
Sanhedrin
gunpoint.
Supreme
They
Court was the census of taxation. The court put aside other questions and discussed the hot potato of taxation. Such distinguished members as Hillel and Shammai, famous Pharisees, debated the issue, and some members asked the question, we become slaves to the Romans. The Judean state was in such confusion and turmoil that at this time because of the rebel leader Judas of Galilee.
Okay, now let's go from there. Give me what is it? The Roman Imperial Rome, and go to that part that I said to go to. So just like in ancient Rome, it's happening in modern Rome. All right, go ahead.
This is Imperial Rome, the Great Ages of Man, Imperial Rome, on page 62. It says, the ravages of war once again spread over Italy, and the fighting that brought Vespasian to power.
Now, what you got to understand, you had a lot of Israelites living up there in Rome. That's in the book of Acts, the 18th chapter. Go ahead.
It says, in the fightings that brought Vespasian to power, the city of Cremona fell to his forces. 40,000 armed men now burst into the city. Tacitus writes, together with sutlers and camp followers, ravishing was mixed up with slaughter, and slaughter followed upon outrage. Old men and women, well stricken in years and of no value for plunder, were maltreated by way of sport. Grown-up maidens and comely youths that came in the way were violently torn to pieces by the ravishers, who ended by falling in murderous conflict with each other. Men carrying off for themselves money or offerings of solid gold from the temple were hewn down by others stronger than themselves. In an army so varied in character and tongue, every man had his own cupidity. Nothing was unlawful.
That's right. Nothing was unlawful. So that's coming. That happened back in ancient Rome, and that's coming to modern Rome. All right, that's getting ready to come over here. Now, give me the book of Zechariah 14:1. Because ultimately, this devil gonna have to pay for what he did.
Zechariah chapter 14, verse 1. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided.